Hello, guys. Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom. Joining me today is Nigel Seeley and Alex from needfortips.com. We're taking a look at the Week 24 Premier League rundown. Going to start with Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Actually, sorry. First of all, guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. I didn't think you were going to say that, Natalie. I thought you were going to take us for granted. But where's JJ?
I have no idea. JJ was actually supposed to show up today, but just didn't turn up. So Alex, literally about a minute to go, I messaged him and I was like, Alex, can you come on? Come and anyway, Alex said yeah. So Alex, thank you very much. JJ is in the doghouse. I don't even know whether I want him back on, so we'll see.
The viewers,
no problem, Natalie. Every time.
What?
The viewers are in for...
What did you say, Nigel?
I said the viewers are in for a massive treat. If they've tuned in now, they're going to speak to two people who speak a lot of sense rather than
exactly.
JJ. So they're going to have a fantastic weekend. They're going to make lots of money with the two best football tipsters, soccer tipsters on the service you provide.
Exactly. There we go. All right, let's kick off. Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Actually, I just also want to mention as well, obviously, all the odds we're reading are decimal. But if you use US odds or fractional odds, go over to our SBR odds converter, and then you can change all the odds around then. So Crystal Palace 1.62, draw for Sunderland 6. All those odds with Pinnacle, with Powered by Pinnacle. Very low for a team, very low odds for a team facing relegation, for Crystal Palace. But then I suppose Sunderland are in very, very poor form. I'm going to take the Crystal Palace win, to be honest with you. There's not many bets that I do like for this match, but I'm going to take the Crystal Palace win 1.62, and I'm going to split my stake with Crystal Palace -1 at 2.16. If I had to predict the correct score, it would be 1 or 2-0 Crystal Palace win. I'm not sure whether Sunderland can score, and I think that Crystal Palace are on the rise. Nigel?
I wouldn't back Crystal Palace at 1.62. I know they had a big win in midweek. They're still a poor side for me. Sunderland are equally as poor. I think this is a game that really, really is very difficult to call in terms of the winner. And I think this is a game that already is a massive match at the bottom of the table for the points. And for that reason, I think it's going to be quite cagey. I'm going to go under goals. I know Crystal Palace have been involved in a lot of high-scoring games recently, but defensively under Sam Allardyce, they've been a rock solid. You've got to remember Sam Allardyce was manager of Sunderland. This is a huge, huge game for him on a personal level. And I think this will be tight. I don't think there'll be many goals. I agree with you. If Palace win it 1-0, 2-0, I'll be happy. But I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at 1.62. And I hope Alex hasn't been spying on me again this week and he's got some thoughts of his own.
Hacking your emails. Alex, so Nigel's going for the under 2.5 goals, 1.62. What do you like?
I think that under 2.5 goals just increased now at 1.91. The best odd that I found a few minutes ago. So I think it's a bet to take into consideration. They are two teams, 3 points away from one another. Crystal Palace 3 points more than Sunderland. They will close each other from my point of view. It's a 6 points game. Why I say that? Because this direct match will give them one of them the chance not to relegate. Maybe. We're not sure about that, but they are giving them the opportunity. So I agree there. Under 2.5 looks good. I was looking also at both teams to score from my point of view. I think that we might see also a draw. Who knows? But yeah, the best thing is under 2.5. Just to tell the odds for both teams to score 1.95 or even 2 with better.
Yeah, I wouldn't play the both teams to score bet, to be honest with you. I think that's really risky. I think the best is just stick with the under 2.5 goals. I would actually advise against that. Nigel, would you play or pass on the both teams to score bet?
Definitely pass. Definitely pass. I mean, one goal might be enough to win it for either side if we get a goal. Sunderland obviously involved in a 0-0 draw in midweek. And just throwing the fact Allardyce against his former club, both teams desperate for the points. This is going to be very, very, very cagey. A defeat is a disaster for either side. I like Alex's theory of the draw. I mean, if I was looking for the match betting, probably the draw would be something I've got a slight lean towards, but definitely under 2.5 goals. I think under 2.5 goals this week in the Premier League He's going to be a popular selection for me, and I'm going to start off in this game.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we've got Everton versus Bournemouth now. Everton 1.75, draw for Bournemouth 5. I think obviously home away advantage is key in this match. I think Everton at home sort of, playing, they're in 7th position, but playing for that top 6 spot. Whether they can make it is doubtful. But I think they'll still be finishing. Everton have got 6 wins at home. Bournemouth have got 2. 1.75 for the Everton win. That's what I'm taking. Nigel, what do you like here?
This is my best bet in the Premier League this weekend. Everton, I think, are bankers at 1.75. I've had a couple of bets today. I've backed Everton at 1.75 because I expect them to start around 1.66. And I've also backed Bournemouth today at 25-1 to be relegated from the Premier League. And the reason why I've done that is because today they've lost Callum Wilson, their centre forward. Good player. I think he's good enough to play for England. And they lost him throughout the season. They're in terrible form. They were awful in midweek. They were awful in the FA Cup. I think Eddie Howe has been linked with the Arsenal manager's job. What I'm hearing, the rumours are that there could be changes afoot at the end of the season. And I think Bournemouth could be a side that could really be in trouble now Wilson is out. I really do. I think without his goals, that's a big blow for them.
Yeah.
So I've backed Everton at 1.75. Everton obviously beat Man City last time in their last home game. They're very good at home. Goodison Park is a very, very tough place to go and get a win. And I think Bournemouth are in for a very, very hard second part of the season. And I think Everton at 1.75 is a brilliant price.
Yeah, I do as well. It's one of my bankers as well. Alex, are you going to make this a full house?
Yeah, full house. Also Everton for me. Last time that they lost home was with Liverpool. Bournemouth is really poor on the road, and a home win is it worth the money. 1.75 exactly as you said, Nigel. If we are not careful what you're speaking from time to time, we are reading the comments also from the live chat.
We're not.
Are they nice comments or bad comments?
All good, Nigel. We've got nice followers. They say good things. It's just about JJ. They say bad things. We're all right.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, that's the people are saying bad things about JJ and me under different names, aliases.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. I followed that trend, and it's true. You're 100% right.
Right. Moving on, we've got Hull versus Liverpool. Liverpool 1.44, draw 5, Hull 8. I think that's low for Liverpool on the road. Obviously, Hull come from a surprise drawing to Man United 0-0 at Old Trafford. They're now on their turf. I'm not saying that Liverpool can't do it because they've got to. They're in 4th position. They've got to win. It's very close up top. If they lose this match, they could drop quite a few places. The reversal 5-1. I'm actually going to start with you, Alex, on this one.
Liverpool -1 on the Asian handicap. I think that the draw match, Manchester United versus Hull, was only a surprise. If you were seeing the match or at least the stats of the match, you could see that the ball didn't want to enter on the net. So I think that Liverpool is another dog, is another kind of a team. They're keeping their opponents under pressure 90% of the game. This is what I like about them. So -1 for me, Liverpool. And they had the chance to win against Chelsea. I previewed Chelsea to win. They had the chance to win against Chelsea, but it was fair, the 1-1 draw at the end of the 90 minutes.
What are the odds for Liverpool -1?
1.75.
Okay, Nigel, go on.
Well, I'm going completely opposite.
Yeah.
I'm going for Hull +1.
Yeah.
I have been very, very impressed with Hull since the new manager's come in, Marco Silva. Very good defensively. They look a completely different side. And Liverpool at the moment just can't be trusted. Whenever they're odds on, they've let people down. I mean, they've been heavy odds on favourites against Plymouth. They've been heavy odds on favourites against Swansea. They've been heavy odds on favourites against Sunderland, and they haven't won. They're not scoring goals. They've got big problems up front. Sturridge is not playing well. Firmino doesn't look the player he was at the start of the season. Coutinho looks unfit. I know they'll come back Mane, but I mean, he's not a world-class player. Everyone going on about how good they are when he comes back. I think Liverpool always get backed by the punters. They always get to a silly short price. And I've been really impressed with Hull. I think, they did, they're at Old Trafford. They had, they're going to have all the chances Manchester United, but defensively, they held out. And I think it's a good time to play Liverpool. I'm going for totally opposite, Alex. I'm going for Hull +1.
Nigel,
I think that Liverpool bounced back a little bit in the clash with Chelsea. They showed more confidence. They showed more football.
Yeah, but their record against the top teams is exceptional, but against the bottom sides, their record is awful. Whenever they've been odds-on favourites, they let you down. I mean, they've lost. They went to Bournemouth, got beat. They were odds-on. They went to Sunderland, heavy odds-on, drew. They got beat at 1.11 against 1.12 at home to Swansea. But their record against the top four in the Premier League is the best of all the top four. They beat.
Okay, let's make our personal. Let's make it our personal bet for this weekend. Okay.
I don't like doing personal bets because I like friendship rather than money.
You get to do the victory dance.
Exactly.
That's all we got to do.
It's called Bragger's right. Well, listen, Nigel, I'm actually with you on this one. There's two bets that I like for this match. I like the great thing with your bet, Nigel, is Hull +1, 2.21. So fantastic odds. You can afford to come down even further there. Hull +1.5. Hull +1.5 right now, 1.68. That is my bet. I also like, though, interesting to hear your thoughts on this one, Nigel, is both teams to score. I'm wondering whether we are going to see a goal from Hull. They're in 19th, they're fighting relegation. 14 goals scored, 21 conceded. Liverpool aren't keeping a clean sheet on the road. They've conceded 17 in total on the road. They've scored 23. Both teams to score 1.91. I think we're going to see a goal from both sides.
I wouldn't really be bashing to about that, Natalie, honestly. I think Hull will be happy with a point, and I think if they got a 0-0 draw, they'd be delighted with it. The thing is with Liverpool, though, at the start of the season, they were both teams to score over 2.5 goals every game they played. Their last 8 games or so, I think every game's been under 2.5 goals. They are not scoring. They've got big problems. They need a world-class centre-forward. They're desperately trying to replace Suarez, who's going to be hard to replace, but Sturridge just hasn't delivered this season. Klopp obviously doesn't fancy him. They need a top striker. That's their big priority. And for that reason, it's a no from me.
At least I'm not alone with my bet. At least our viewers also are backing me for saying that Liverpool must bounce back. They played really good with Chelsea, exactly what I said. So it's a must win for them. I totally agree.
Only one is backing you. Andy is backing us because he's saying that Hull is playing good football.
He said that.
Yeah, but a 1-0
he said that Hull is playing good football. He didn't say more than that.
I mean,
all right.
Liverpool just need a win, though, don't they? The thing is, Liverpool just need a win. They don't care if it's 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. They just need to get 3 points. So a 1-0 win is a good result for them, and we get the money back. So I can't see them winning by more than 2. Really can't.
Yeah. Well, I'll get my money with Hull +1, 1.5. Okay, let's move on. Southampton versus West Ham. Southampton 1.75, draw 3.7, West Ham 5. Obviously, West Ham suffered a blow midweek, losing to Man City 4-0, unable to score there on their own turf. Will be wanting to bounce back from that. But also Saints added another loss to their belt, losing to Swansea 2-1. Both teams hit or miss. I think this is quite a difficult game to call. But just based on their home and away record, I think I'm going to have to go for the Saints win, 1.75. Nigel, what are you going
for? Disagree.
Yeah.
I think Southampton are a side to oppose at all costs for the next run into the season. There's always a team in the Premier League that when they get to February time, March time, have enough points in the bag, they have nothing to play for, that basically fall off a cliff. And I think that's Southampton. They've got a cup final. All their concentrate is their Wembley Cup final against Manchester United in midweek. Losing to Swansea. They were absolutely awful against Arsenal, putting out a youth team squad. All they care about is the Wembley final against Manchester United. There's no Charlie Austin. There's no goals in the side. And their centre-half, Van Dijk, has been ruled out for 3 months today. That is a massive, massive, massive blow for Southampton. He's their best player by a mile this season. And without him at the back, he's talking about putting Ryan Bertrand, the left back, as a centre-half. I think that plays into West Ham's hands. And West Ham, without Payet, I think will be a better team. I think he's a world-class player, but they brought in Snodgrass, they brought in Fonte from Southampton. They're good Premier League signings, and I think they'll be a better team without Payet. And I like West Ham. I like West Ham to win this game.
Really?
But I like West Ham. I like West Ham plus a half. I think Southampton are to avoid at all costs now for the remainder of the season.
Wow. Okay, Alex, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Is Southampton a team to avoid at all costs? And the same actually to our viewers watching as well. Should we avoid Saints? Is that a good tip from Nigel? But Alex, what do you like in this match?
It's true that we should avoid the Saints for the final that they qualified in, but I think that if they will do 2-3 more bad matches, they will be in the danger zone. So they should take advantage of every home match that they have from now till the end of the season. They didn't say to me anything last game, losing at Swansea. So I think that also this game against the West Ham, it doesn't matter that West Ham lost 4-0 with City. It's another match, it's another team, Southampton. So I think that we should pass a little bit from the winners market. I think that we can see goals from both sides. 2.05 both teams to score for me. Maybe also as a second tip, I can agree with Nigel saying West Ham plus 0.5.
Wow. Well, I tell you, we put the question out to our viewers, and 9 Devious, I think that's how you pronounce it, says, I trust Nigel to the bank. I have to say, not a bad call there, because Nigel is in the lead as far as all our stats goes, our record that we've been keeping all season long. He's in the lead, he's in profit, and so he's definitely a good one to follow. So there we go. Maybe I have stepped wrong, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm taking that bet. Watford versus Burnley. Watford 2.15, draw 3.5, and Burnley 3.9. Nigel and I are always on the same path, I think, when it comes to Burnley. At home, take them, but I would say on the road, avoid them. Go against them. Burnley still yet to pick up a win, and in fact, they've only picked up 1 point from a draw. The rest are all losses. 9 losses in total. Watford 2.15. They're in 13th. They've only picked up 4 wins on their road, but it's 4 more than Burnley have. Watford to win 2.15. What do you like, Nige?
I'm not a big fan of Watford. I know they had a brilliant win against Arsenal in midweek, but I always like when a team have a big high like that in any sport, whether it's tennis, whether it's football, there's always one way to go, and the way to go is down. I'm not convinced by them. I don't think they're a very good side. I don't think they've got a very good manager. I still think there's internal problems at Watford. But Burnley, on the way from home, you just can't back them. I couldn't have a bet on the game as far as the match outcome's concerned. Backing is under 2.5 goals. This one looks very, very low. Watford don't score many goals at home. Burnley away from home are the lowest scorers in the Premier League. They do let in goals, but they don't concede. They don't score any. So I think under the goals is the way to go this one. Under 2.5 goals for me.
Yeah, and 9 Devious actually said Watford just beat Arsenal, which is very true there. I think I'm going to stick with my Watford win on their turf. What do you think, though? Watford beating Arsenal, that was a bit of a shock.
It was a massive shock. And the thing is, Arsenal didn't play very well. They were awful. But the trouble is you look through matches like that when teams have big wins like that, they don't usually carry it on with the momentum. And they'll going to the Emirates and playing in front of 60,000 people and winning 2-1 against Arsenal is a massive result. Coming at home against Burnley, you're going to be in your face on a freezing cold day. It's down to earth with a bump, and I wouldn't be rushing to back Watford at 2.16. I would not a price for me.
Yeah, common consensus as well here seems to be the draw. But what do you like, Alex?
Double chance on Burnley. I don't think that they will lose this away match at Watford. I think that they can go with points from this away match. So double chance 1.8. I found the best odds at 1.8. I don't like to play the under over at this game because for me personally it's a risk. Depends when the first goal will pump in. So. I think it's dangerous to play the under over market. But double chance 1.8, absolutely incredible for me.
Yeah, just going to answer a few questions here. We've got Manuel Morim says minus 2.5. I'm guessing that's the Asian handicap line. So basically, Saints have to win by 3 goals or more.
No, I think he's gone about the total goals now. It'd be going minus 2.5. It'd be under 2.5 goals. I think you'd probably be agreeing with me.
Right, and that's what you're going for, isn't it?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals. I think goals are going to be very, very hard to come by in this game. That's the angle.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also Justin Deep Brass says, any advice on the Celta Vigo? All of these bets, actually, if you in about, how long is it? About 15 minutes. Well, as soon as this show's over, we're doing the best bets. And then so we go through all the leagues there. And we've got like a group of people.
He says that Celta Vigo Alaves, he's asking about that because the game is about to start. So I'm going with Alaves, with the Celta Vigo home.
Celta Vigo to win.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, West Brom versus Stoke. We better hurry up because we've got another show starting in 15 minutes. So West Brom versus Stoke. West Brom 2.38, draw 3.3, Stoke 3.5. Pretty much neck and neck here on the lines. We've got 8th West Brom, 9th Stoke. But I think that the home advantage is key here. But I got a sneaky suspicion we could see a draw. So in that case, I'm paying West Brom draw no bet 1.61. That's my bet. Nigel, what do you like?
I like West Brom. You know, I like West Brom. I always go for West Brom whenever they're at home. I think they're a very good side. Tony Pulis factor against his former team, manager of Stoke as well. Throw that into the mix. Pulis gets the job done against his former side. West Brom to win for me.
West Brom for you. Alex?
Both teams to score 2.05. They showed great quality in the last games. I think that we can see goals from both sides. I'm not going further to say that also the over 2.5 is interesting because it might end in a 1-1. The only problem I have, I don't know what to bet on the winners market, but because Nigel is almost always right about winning home West Brom, I think that I can go also, but also with that. But both teams to score for me.
Both teams to score. Okay, Tottenham versus Middlesbrough. Tottenham 1.3, draw 6, Middlesbrough 13. Tottenham in second place, 9 wins and 2 draws. Middlesbrough down in 15th, just 1 road win. So you can see why Tottenham are priced 1.3. Question is, you know, what can Middlesbrough get any action out of this game? I'm actually backing Tottenham to win 2-0, just on Tottenham's stellar home defence, just 5 goals conceded. Middlesbrough have only sort of managed to rack up 8 on the road all season long. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be cagey, the under 2.5 goals, and Tottenham to win 2-0. Nigel, what do you like?
Yeah, that's my bet. Tottenham to win 2-0. Very good at home. Don't concede many goals. Best home record defensively in the Premier League. Middlesbrough don't score many goals at all wherever they play, home or away. Tottenham need to get back to winning ways after drawing 0-0 against Sunderland. Bet terrible result for them there. Let odds-on favourites down. They will win this game. They always win at home. And I think they'll win it 2-0. 1-0, 2-0. Tottenham, job done. 3 points and hope for Arsenal. They'll be cheering Arsenal to take some points off Chelsea, which is very unusual for Tottenham fans. But I think Tottenham to win 2-0, definitely.
Yeah. Alex?
4-0 with West Brom, 3-0 with Hull City, 5-0 with Swansea. I think that they can cover the minus 1.5 Asian handicap, 1.87, and I'm going further than that. I'm saying minus 2 on the Asian handicap. That's 2.4.
Ooh, going in strong there. Okay. So 9 devious, Tottenham minus 1. I would say yes. Manuel Morin, Stoke City, double chance. We're actually on the West Brom side, sorry. We're on the West Brom side. I'm playing West Brom draw no bet because there's no value if I want to play the double chance. So go easy on that one. Also, Nigel is right for the West Brom win. Okay, Chelsea versus Arsenal, the biggest game of the weekend. Chelsea 2.05, draw 3.6, and Arsenal 4. Going to let the Arsenal fan here take it away.
Well, Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-0 in the season at the Emirates, and that was the game that changed everything. That's the day that Antonio Conte reverted to a back 3, went on that unbelievable winning run, and they haven't looked back since. Who would have thought when Arsenal won that game that Arsenal would be languishing in 4th place in the table, 3rd place in the table, and Chelsea be 9 points clear at the top because Chelsea looked destined for sliding outside the top 4. This is a must-win game for Arsenal. It's everything for Arsenal, absolutely everything. And I don't think they're good enough to win it. I think that Wenger To me now, time. I can't see him. I just can't see him lasting. I think it will go at the end of the season gracefully. I think he has to go. I think Arsenal need change. They need to invest. They need to buy players. I think Chelsea will win it. The money's come for Chelsea. But the problem for me back in Chelsea is they don't have to win these games now. I mean, a draw at home to Arsenal is great because nobody is putting the pressure on them. And I see Chelsea being very sort of defensive-minded in their approach now under Conte. And I'm going against goals again here. I can't see Arsenal really threatening anything. I think under 2.5 goals is another cracking bet for me. It's about a pick 'em, it's about 10 to 11, the pair unders and overs. And I think unders is the bet here. I know historically this game has seen goals. Need to win it. Chelsea don't need to really win it. They got a draw is brilliant for them. And I'm going to go under goals. I was going to go for Chelsea, but I couldn't bring myself to go against Arsenal and back Chelsea. But, I think they're a much better side. And it wouldn't surprise me if Alex himself went with Chelsea. If you can get even money now, 2.0, I think they'll start 1.91, 1.85 for the game. And Arsenal, to me, are in big trouble. Sanchez doesn't look happy. Ozil doesn't look happy. And I think Wenger's got big problems at the end of the season or for the rest of the season. I think they might miss out on the Champions League this year, and I think that might be his big problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you there, Nigel, on the under 2.5 goals that you get that for around 2. But I do think, this is Chelsea don't need to win it, but I think this is a matter of pride and I think they'll want to win it. I'm actually going to take it further and play Chelsea and the under 3.5 goals. So even if it's a 2-1 win to Chelsea, I get my money at 2.88 and nothing to sniff at on that one. Alex, what do you like?
It's true that Sanchez is not happy, but Sanchez in such a clash versus Chelsea, I think that will bring his best to the field. Also, Nigel said that Arsenal desperately needs the 3 points. Arsenal had their chance to close the gap on the leaders last in the midweek now, because Chelsea drawed with Liverpool 1-1. And if they would beat Hull City, not Hull City, sorry. If they could win
Watford.
against Watford, I think that 2 points were like error for Arsenal. So I don't think that they have the power to do it. If it is to go on the winners market, yeah, I'm going directly with Chelsea, playing on their turf. But on the goals market, I have not to agree with you guys. Over 2.5 goals, 1.95, even 2 with some bookies. I think that Arsenal defensive problems will have a point in this match.
Yeah. Well, as long as, I don't know, we get like a 2-1 and then your bet comes in. Mr. Crave likes my bet under 3.5 goals and Chelsea to win. But it seems a little consensus here that it is going to be the under 2.5 goals. But obviously wait and see. Moving on to Sunday match here, Manchester City versus Swansea. Man City 1.25, draw 7 and Swansea 15. Both teams come from back-to-back wins. Obviously City are playing for top 4 spot, whilst Swansea are playing to avoid relegation. So both have something to get out of this match and will want to get something out of this match. Alex, what do you like?
Swansea just came out from the danger zone. Incredible. After two matches, they have 21 points, 2 points above Crystal Palace. Manchester City are on the winning streak right now, 7 goals, but in 2 different competitions, it's true. But also in the FA Cup, they played against Crystal Palace. I think that, I don't know, Manchester City and over 2.5 goals seems a normal bet. The only bet that I can find a little value, I think that is around 1.665, 1.7 right now. But more than that, I don't have a clue how to play in this one.
What was your bet, sorry?
Manchester City and the over 2.5 goals.
Yeah. All right. What do you got? Yeah, I'm a bit stuck on this one. What do you go for, Nigel?
I think Man City will do a number on them. I think Man City now are going to go all out to win every single game in style. I think Man City could be a decent trading price now to win the Premier League title. I think they're a side that could win 6 or 7 on the spin. Aguero doesn't look happy. That's the big problem for me. There's
that's okay. Aguero doesn't have to look happy because he's not a really good attacking player. He has 20 opportunities scoring 1 goal,
I think that City will go all out now. I think they'll go all out to win every single game in style. And I think Swansea, despite them beating on a good run, they're still a poor side for me. And I think Man City -1.5. I fancy Man City to win by more than 2 goals. I think you'll see a real attack-minded side now, Guardiola, to just go all out to win every game. And I think they could win 6 or 7 on the spin, Man City, and I think they could be a good trading price. I don't think they'll win the Premier League, but I think they can be half the price they are now in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually going to play. I'm going out on a whim on this one. Both teams to score 1.95. Swansea have shown, they can score. They've got goals past Liverpool, past Saints, and I think that they could get a goal here. If Man City are going to go all out on them, maybe that opens up their defence and expecting at least a goal from Swansea, if not just one. So both teams to score 1.95. Okay, final match, Leicester versus Manchester United. Manchester United are the favourites. They're 1.73, Leicester 5.5, all those odds with Pinnacle. God, if Leicester aren't careful, they could actually be relegated. And I think, that would be the first time in history that a team who won the Premier League got relegated the season after. Is that right?
Time and they're down to like 5.5 with some bookies to be relegated, and on current
they're only 2 points above 18th place.
On current form, they're the worst team in the Premier League. I mean, they are the worst side. They don't look the shadow of the team. I mean, Mahrez has been a disgrace this season. Jamie Vardy just doesn't look the same player whatsoever. The manager just seems to be laughing and joking rather than concentrating on the football. But the thing is, this is what Leicester were expected to do last season. They went on and won it. And it looks as me that the adulation and the success has gone to their heads a little bit. They need to buckle down. Exactly. But the problem is they're playing Manchester United, who I know they got a draw in midweek against Hull, but Alex was right. They played well in that game. Just couldn't score, and that's been Man United's problem all season. They haven't been winning games that they should have won. They haven't been winning by as convincing as they should have won, but they've been playing well. I think they'll be far too strong for this Leicester side. It's a perfect time to play Leicester. I know they did beat Man City at home a few weeks back, but Man United, for me, 1.72 will win this game, and I think they'll win it well as well.
Okay, what are you going for, Alex?
Yeah, this is the banker of the round, for sure. Manchester City is too powerful, and like Nigel said, they caught Leicester in the best period to play against them. So I think that is not a clue. It's not a question about who is winning this one. So Manchester United all the way, and I think that with 3-4 units, not a small stake, 3-4 units, go hard on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm against you guys. I just don't have any confidence in Manchester United. They're hit or miss, drawing to Hull, not even a goal at Old Trafford. Like, are you serious? Like, I think that Leicester will want, and don't forget as well, they've got their Champions League fixture coming up soon. This is an absolute must win for them. They have to get something out of this. I think it's a time they sort of like shape up or ship out sort of deal. I'm going for Leicester and the draw, 2.3. I think that they can at least get something out of it. Sticking my neck out on this one, but I just don't have any confidence in Manchester United at all. I definitely wouldn't call it a banker.
Well, if you've got no confidence in Man United, go ahead.
Sorry, Nigel. Manuel says that Ranieri told to the players that they must forget the last season. I think that he is saying to the players this thing before every match. And to our friends that are watching right now, it's not risky at all. Man United, drew with Hull. But I think that if you saw the match, you know what I'm talking about. They created a lot of opportunities, and the ball just didn't enter in the net. So I think that this is the perfect match and the perfect game to bounce back and start to win some matches. I think that more than that, it cannot be. Manchester United, if they don't win against Leicester, it means that they are not a top 4 team.
Yeah.
From my point of view.
Well, I'm
Natalie,
questioning on whether they are this.
Natalie, you should be with your team right here. You should support the team.
I'm about making money, unfortunately. Not, I don't like to do this, but I do my research and I go where the money is.
Let's make it our
It
personal
hasn't let me down. Yes. Okay, guys, listen, we've got to wrap up because we have like another show starting in like 2 minutes time. But listen, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again same time next week. We're just about to do our best bet across all the European leagues taking place this weekend with Bernardo, with Stuart, with Martin, and of course Alex. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and to Nigel and Alex, thank you very much for your tips.
Thank you for the invitation.
No problem. Have a good weekend. See you later.
Yeah, you too, Nige. Take care.